Last night, President Biden delivered a fiery State of the Union address before a divided Congress and the American public, less than 8 months before November's general election.
In it, the president touted his administration's accomplishments and drew a stark contrast to his likely 2024 GOP rival, though some top Republicans have criticized the address as overly partisan.
CBS News correspondent Willie James Inman has more on how the night unfolded and the reaction from Capitol Hill.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
President Biden came out swinging in an election year State of the Union address, hitting many of the key issues on voters' minds, like his age.
The issue facing our nation isn't how old we are, it's how old are our ideas.
Reproductive rights.
I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again.
The economy and immigration.
We need to act now.
The president sometimes sparred with Republican lawmakers, like this response to Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene over the killing of a young Georgia woman, allegedly by a suspect who illegally entered the U.S. from Venezuela.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
The president also took on his likely 2024 GOP rival, former President Donald Trump, referring to him as my predecessor 13 times.
What's happened now is a horror show.
Trump slammed the address on social media, calling it, quote, an angry, polarizing, and hate-filled speech, while Alabama Senator Katie Britt delivered the official GOP response with her kitchen as the backdrop.
President Biden just doesn't get it.
On foreign policy, Biden vowed to stand up to Russian President Vladimir Putin. As pro-Palestinian protesters stood outside the Capitol, inside, the president announced plans to build a temporary port to get more humanitarian aid into Gaza, and he pledged to bring Israeli hostages taken by Hamas home. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Congressman Glenn G.T. Thompson released a statement last night responding to the president's address. He says tonight President Biden attempted to gloss over the past 3 years of his policy failures, treating the State of the Union like a campaign stop on the road to November's election. He goes on to talk about inflation and the crisis at the southern border, saying America needs less lip service and more action.